Hey guys, I was actually doing something and I figured you guys actually might be interested in this. This is something, one of my comments on my video, and I had actually been thinking of doing this, and when I first saw it, and I just for some reason just put it off, and then somebody said to me, hey, he has the alpha rail, let me check to see, I was checking to see his thing and I ended up getting distracted here. But he, let me get the comments here. I'm gonna give him some credit. Infidel Arms ARMZ 556. He was talking about how he mounts it right to the anything right to this, and that's what I was thinking of doing, because when you have this on here with the mounts they provide, it comes all the way out like that. And if I could mount it like that, I mean that literally makes it so much more comfortable and ergonomic. And I'm telling you right now, it can be done. I'm going to work on this. I think what I'm going to do is I've got lots of these screws. I've got these things. I've got some screws in there and some plates that are used for mounting parts of these Picatinny rail. You know? But I don't necessarily, I mean, I could basically run something like this. Something like this, where I could have it mount through. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stop this camera here, and I'm basically going to go through as I do it. This way you guys aren't stuck just watching me for a half an hour while I fiddle with this. Let me stop the video, and I'll get you back in here. Here's actually an idea I came up with. I have these little screws, and I could basically have the screws come through, and they fit. Now these screws could always be trimmed down later on, but they fit right in there, and then I could actually use this, and this will go over the screw. The screw will go into that, and then these screws have these little nuts that I could blue Loctite. Well, not now, obviously, because I haven't put the rifle together completely. And then I could have another one of those screws go right here. I could recess it a little bit by just drilling a little bit bigger hole, having it recess a little bit. Obviously not that much bigger. I'd rather have that little screw sticking up a little bit than nothing. Or what I could do is I could basically... where is it? I could basically use something like this, which is made to lock into those particular holes that are on this rail. Hold that, and then I could possibly run those same screws. I could have go through the side, so I don't have to worry about them being in my contact area. The only issue with that is that they will kind of, no matter what, because when I grip the rail, whatever hand I grip it with, the screw will possibly be here. But if I have the screws go along the side here and here, I mean, we might be able to get away with that. So that's pretty, I like that. I mean, look at that compared to, oh man, hold on. I mean, how it was. See how much of a difference? Look at that difference. It's a huge difference. I still have to take this screw out. So, I mean, that's a and just feeling it, I could already feel already. I mean, I could barely get my thumb up on this thing before. I was like basically reaching like this with my thumb, and I was really having to like pull my hand tight. Now look at that. And that's so much better. Look at how much cleaner that is. Sucks that puppy right up in there. I mean, I could even modify this, man. I might end up eventually doing that. I could sit there and just Dremel away this whole Picatinny area. This whole rail attachment area. I could just Dremel that all out, grind that all out, and then this thing will sit, and then it will sit absolutely flush. Because the only thing keeping it from going flush right now is basically this joint. So that's something to think about with this Alpha rail. Basically, I really like this rail, man. Compared to some of the other rails out there, man, they're just so bulky. This one, I mean, I could suck this thing up to this so tight, and it'll be like nothing's there. It will literally be like nothing's there, but it will always give me that comfortable, natural grip angle. That's amazing. That's going to be really cool. I had been thinking about this the other night, and I was looking at it, and I was like, I wonder if there's a way I could flush mount this. And then somebody said that they did it, so I'm glad they did. Infidel Arms 556 said he did it with a LaRue mount and stuff like that. He also said he mounted his flashlight directly to the Alpha rail without the Haley strategic mount. That's fine too. I mean, hell, whatever, man. That brings it. I'm gonna say that probably brings it in just as low too, if not maybe a little bit lower. The only reason why I went with the Haley strategics is because it kicks it out a little bit more, offsets, and then it kind of, because what I want to do is I want to put an iron sight. I'm gonna have the flip up sight here, probably from Knight's Armament, and then I want to put a D-ball right here. I might. But I might put the D-ball on the side. I'm not sure where the D-ball is going to go. So, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. That looks pretty damn good, though, with that, like that. I can't believe, yeah, all I would have to do is literally just, if I could shave this down, shave that down completely, get rid of it. I can completely get rid of that, and then I could shave some of this down too, and that will actually, I mean, this thing would radius perfectly. It would be so flush, it would be ridiculous. So something to think about, guys. I really like this Alpha rail, because you could, I mean, I'm gonna be able to do that no problem. And that will really, I mean, that really brings that in there, because you see a lot of people, they're not even using these anymore because it's just creating too much thickness. But without it, you see. My hand could basically go like that. With it, I maybe lose a ½ inch. So if I could flush that even more, which I can, I mean, we're talking, I'll have full grip back, and I'll have a controllable grip too. All right, guys. Let me stop it until I get this mounted. All right, guys. Well, basically, I got the first screw mounted. It's Loctited in. I Loctited it because it doesn't look like it's going to interfere with anything so far, but we'll see. It might have to get tightened down or whatever. I know it's not going to interfere with anything really, because it's basically using the same type of mounting as the actual standard rails use. So that shouldn't be a problem at all. Basically, the barrel is 3/4 of an inch. And that should be just, oh yeah, that should be fine. The only thing I got to worry about is the gas block possibly being in that particular area, but that's fine, because then I could just move this forward or back. I just kind of put it in the middle right now, and then even if need be, I could even change where the screw goes. Right now I've got it in the middle. I've got it Loctited on. I've got it. It's got a basic locking nut on it. And that's it. I don't know. I got to be honest, because the way this has these grooves in it. This has these grooves in it, and then this has the Picatinny grooves in it, where it would slide normally, where it would normally slide into the grooves of the rail. Believe it or not, they lock in, and I've only got one screw in there, and I had to adjust it because I had it off kilter a little bit, and I had to literally take the screw all the way out, lift the thing up, rotate it back, and then I screwed it back down, and then it would move. But I mean, this thing isn't going anywhere. I'll probably, what I'll probably do is I'll obviously run this for, I'll do a little running gun or something like that. I'll do something where I'll test this out, see if I need to add another screw, see whatever, see if I have to adjust how it goes on, or do something like that, and see possibly what I can do with, grinding it, getting it more flush down there to there, and everything, basically making it part of the rail, because while I like some of just the stops that the people get, like Gear Sector, LaRue, they'll just have the hand stop, which is basically just a piece that comes up, you know, and it lets you know where to stop your hand. Well, I like that. I kind of do like the AFG. I like the way the AFG kind of puts my hand. And that being said, I also like the fact that I stippled it, and it gives me a really good grip. While this gives me, I mean, just as good as a grip. I like this a little bit better. I'm familiar with the AFG feel, so, but yeah, I mean, all I did basically is, because I've got that one nut going through there, and there's these grooves in this, and the grooves of the actual Picatinny, the way it has to slide onto the Picatinny mount. I mean, this thing, it ain't going anywhere. It ain't coming off. I'm yanking on it, pulling on it. I mean, it. But that being said, you know, it's not what I have to put some extensive testing into it. I want to, you know, we'll see. Like, if anything, I could just pop a screw, literally. And you saw how tiny these screw heads are. I could just put the screw right there. And the way I hold on to the AFG anyway, my hand shouldn't hit it. And even if my hand does, it shouldn't be that bad. But that's a pretty cool little, neat little trick. Yeah, screw this thing. Man, it was funny because I was thinking about that the other day too. I looked at it for a brief second, and I was looking at this, and I just didn't feel like taking it apart. So I was like, I'll look at it some other time. And then that guy hit me up with that message where he said, hey, I have the, I'm going to screw this back in there until I actually grind it down to see how that works. But he was talking about how he directly bolts everything to the alpha rail. And I have to tell you, I'm absolutely, it's got me back in love with the AFG on this rifle again. I'm telling you, I wasn't really, I've been debating on whether just getting the Gear Sector fucking hand stop to go right here, or I've been debating on that. But now, this is I think the best way to go. I mean, it just sucks it right down in there compared to the way it was. I mean, you can see that. I mean, that's flush. And like I said, I could grind all this. I could shave this. So I mean, I could suck that puppy in probably another 1/4 of an inch. I already sucked it in 1/4 of an inch. I could probably suck it in even more, another 1/4 of an inch. So that's really cool. Once I verify that it works and everything's good, I'll probably put a different type of nut and bolt on. I don't know yet. That's gonna be that's something I've got to think about. I'm not too sure yet. But I tell you what, that's that, guys. I mean, look at that. Now I can get the whole hand on there if I need to. I could transition because I'm getting the regular the pressure switch. I don't know. I was thinking of mounting it the regular pressure switch, because this could tuck in nicely like that. You see? And I can put the Surefire pressure switch just by mounting this right here, basically putting the Surefire pressure switch right here. And then I could run the cable kind of nicely through there. And then I've got kind of, I don't know. I think we'll see. Because if I put it up here, it's going to have to go up here like this. At least I think. We'll see. Because, like I was saying, I do want to get a D-ball for here, but I might put that D-ball off to the side, because it should fit off to the side just because when I'm holding this, you know, it's tough. I could always cant the D-ball. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure. This light might end up going over here, so we will see. Alright, guys, but that's that. That worked out pretty easily. Like I said, as of right now, I don't see a need to put in a second bolt, because I can't even pull this thing apart. The way this screw sucks it and then locks it into place with these grooves that it has, really, I mean, really, I can't explain to you how well that works. But like I said, it's got to be tested. It's got to be tested before I am completely happy with it. I've got tons of little parts and stuff like that, so we'll see what happens.